Hello everyone. Today we'll be making a flower in ink, and I'll be using these micron pens for this. And first of all, we'll start with a sketch. First, we'll make a circle, a big circle over here. Then another one over here. In short, we need to capture the big shape of the flower. Or like this. And then another flower over here. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat box and I can answer your questions. Hello, Nida. Now this is the center for the flower, and from here we'll make this petal like this, and then the second petal. Here the petal, like the whole area of this petal is not visible because it is curled towards the inner side. So we will just make it like this, and then another petal overlapping it. And this one becoming like a folded one. There is a fold over here. And this. Like this. Now the second petal over here, again overlapping. Like this. I think we can make this petal a little bit more, I can say broader. That way it will look good and better. Like this, yeah. Now we need to add a petal over here to harmonize this. Okay, let's add a flower over here first. So the center of the next flower will be here. Did you finish the class? Supposed to start at I started at 10 p.m. 10 a.m. only, Sunita ji. And here we have the room for the petals. Now another petal over here. And then next petal over here. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, add it in the comment box so that I can see to it and I can reply and I can answer your question, answer your doubts. Now again, this petal is like this. and like this. So here goes our second petal, sorry, second flower, and we need to add a petal in between these flowers, these two flowers. So I'm going to add one over here like this. And now we'll add the petals for this flower here. Ma'am, माइक्रोन, हाँ माइक्रोन पेन, माइक्रोन पेन में आपको अलग अलग निब मिल जाती है। बात इस चीज की, आपको अलग अलग पॉइंट मिल जाती है, जैसे दिस इज नंबर 1। ओके, अगर आप इंक पेन यूज कर रहे हो लाइक पायलट पेन, तो वो आपको 0.5 एंड 0.7 में मिलती है। ओके, देर आर ओनली 2 अवेलेबल फॉर दैट। बट अगर आप माइक्रोन पेन यूज कर रहे हो तो आपको ये आई थिंक सो जो 0003 है, द स्मॉलेस्ट वन, दिस इज 1 मिनट, आई विल जस्ट सी एंड लेट यू नो। ये जो है 1.15 mm में आपको मिल जाता है। तो अगर आपको कुछ डिटेल्स वगैरह ऐड करनी है तो इट इज रियली वेरी गुड एंड हेल्पफुल। तो माइक्रोन पेन इसलिए नहीं यूज करते बिकॉज इट इज गुड और समथिंग। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज वाटर प्रूफ, एंड सेकेंडली इट हैज वेरियस निप्स, इसमें अलग अलग निप्स अवेलेबल है। Now the next flower, okay, now the next petal is over here. Like this, and the next one is over here like this, and the next petal is over here like this in this format. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Now over here like this. Now the next flower, the next flower will be here. So we'll start with this area. With this petal over here, we'll add a petal. Then we'll add, okay, the center of this flower, because this circle is misleading, it is not correct. So the center of this flower is this portion over here. So accordingly, we'll make our petals also. So it is like this, and then you have another petal which is in this form. Micron pen ka pic. I can show you the box and you can take a screenshot of it, because we are not connected, Poonamji, right? You can text me or you can DM me on Instagram also. That's not an issue, but yeah, you can take a screenshot. I'll just show you what the whole set looks like. You can take a screenshot. And there are various pen available. If you can, buy these pen loose, then I'll suggest you to not to go for the entire set, but you can by like 08 number, 003 and 01, 005. These are enough. Like you don't need the entire set. Now the next flower over here. And that's it. Hello Sapna ji. तो ये हमारा फ्लावर यहाँ पर कंप्लीट हो गया है. Okay, so now we'll add some buds and some leaves over here. So let's add these. First of all, we'll remove all these circles. Now we don't need them. So using an eraser, erase all the supporting lines that we made earlier. That is these circles. Okay, now we'll add leaves over here. Then another leaf over here. If you want, you can draw these with me also, like just the way I'm making it here. You can copy and you can draw it also. That way you will get to know that, okay, you're facing an issue here, you can directly comment and talk to me and you can, clarify it. Or if you are there in our WhatsApp group, you can also send me the pic and I can check and I can itself tell you in this live stream itself that what you're doing wrong. I mean, I'm here to teach, right? So it can be a good learning place for you. Okay, so next, I really like to connect with my students so that, in case they are having any doubt, because this class here is only for 30 minutes and that too not every day. So I get connected with them on WhatsApp or through my Instagram or anything, like any way I can, so that like it's easier to check their work and to guide them if they need any guidance. Now, okay, I erased this petal over here. Now another leaf in this area. And another leaf over here. Now another bud over here. And a leaf over here. And some more leaves over here. A bud over here again. and then another leaf over here, and another bird over here. And this is it. Now we'll start with the ink work using our micron pens here. So I'll use for the outlining part, I'll use 08 number. And first we need to lighten our sketch also. Okay. So now using a micron pen, I'll just outline whatever I have made. Like this. And this part also. Just outline everything using this pen. You don't need to think about anything. Whatever we made with the pencil, just outline it using this micron pen. You can also use like V7 and V5 pilot pen if you don't have these. Like that's the alternative that, beginners can also use that. And if you don't have it available, then like not every city has these micron pens. They are not selling it everywhere. So you can use those also, but make sure that you don't spill water when you're using that or after using it, because that is not waterproof. So it will damage your paper and things like that will happen. Now another petal using this technique. Now this is our last flower. Okay, now we'll start with the shading part. We are done with our outlining. Now we'll start to shade this subject. You're welcome, Poonamji. Okay, now I'll be using 005 pen for this. Um, Now using this pen, I will start adding shade over here like this. Now what you need to do when you are uh, doing ink work, you need to remember that if you will add strokes that are close to each other, this will denote dark tone. If you will add strokes that are a little bit away from each other, this will denote middle tone. And if there are one or two or no strokes, then it will denote light tone. So when you are doing ink work, you need to make sure that you follow these principles for darker and lighter areas to represent them. Like here, this area is dark. I'll also use 003 because I think I need it here. This pen is really good for detailing and for stuff like this. Anyone, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Now some shadow over here also. And now over here. Also make sure that when you are adding these strokes, it should be in order of the slope or flow of the flower. Okay, don't add straight strokes over here. Now I'll add some tall dotted lines, breaking lines. Now like this, and there is a curve over here. Now let's move on to the next petal, and that is this one. Again, some tall breaking lines. And like kind of a look of an illustration. This is ink illustration anyway. Like this. And then Now add the strokes in the flow of the flower over here. Now we'll add strokes on the next petal, next flower. We'll start with the next flower and like this. Now over here. Now add some strokes here. Now strokes in this direction. And just remember the three rules that I told you for middle tone, dark tone, and light tone. That will go everywhere. And if you are following it correctly, then your flower, it will look good. It will look really nice with correct light and shadows. And like this. Now these strokes. Now strokes from here in the direction of the petal again. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat box. Now add it in the flow of the flower and close to each other. So it looks like, yeah, the petal is folded and it is coming out like this. Now over here, like this. And now towards the flower. Now this petal over here. We'll just quickly complete it in 10 minutes. I know it's time, but we'll complete it quickly. No worries. Now in this direction, towards like in the direction of the flower, it should be like a C stroke and not vertical stroke or straight stroke. Now the strokes over here also in the direction of the petal. Okay. Now some strokes over here. Some strokes that are a little bit away from each other. And few strokes over here. In the flow of the petal over here. Now this petal is a bit in dark. So we make it look like, yeah, it is, there is a transition from dark towards light. Like this. Now this petal, just add few strokes over here. and then petals over here. And then over here, some strokes. Here the strokes will be a little bit away from each other because most of the portion of this petal is in the light. Now this area. Again, in the movement of the petal. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? All those who are watching the stream right now, do you have any questions that you want to ask? Anything related to art, watercolor, painting, sketching, anything? Now these. Now some strokes over here also. Now we'll quickly cover up the leaves. This is quite easy. You just need to make these kind of strokes and that's it. And we are almost done with our picture. And we are almost done. We just need to add the center part over here. Now for this, I will again use my 08 number brush. Sorry, 08 number pen. And I'll add these dots over here. like this. And that's it. We are done with our work. So thank you so much everyone for joining in. Now I'll just end this live stream. If you have any questions, then you can add it in the chat and I'll answer them maybe later after the stream. So thank you so much everyone for joining in. Bye bye. Take care.